I've learned a lot from reading about these shoes. So this is a Barricade 2018, and the classic they had for many many years. I really liked it. It has an Adiwear 6 outsole, which creates its durability. It has a mesh on insole, etc. And they replaced this shoe with a sole court shoe last year, and I've been trying them out. And so I want to talk about the different shoes and how they fit on me and what it feels like. The sole court shoe has an outrigger on the side of it. It's like a little stabilizer to make sure your foot is wider. And it has the Adiwear 6 also, so it's very durable. But it has some issues. They did things to heel to make the shoe easier to put on, but we'll discuss all the different issues with that. And then this is the Sole Match Bounce M. It has that outrigger. You notice on the right side of the shoe, and the Adiwear 6 outsole also. But they changed the mesh pattern, so it's not completely around the front of the shoe. And we'll talk about all these different things. And as I discuss the shoe choice for the avid tennis player or the average tennis player like us. Here's the classic Barricade 2018. I used to really like this part here. Well, at first I didn't like how it separated. It made the shoe very sturdy. But they had like half of it be this air thing. You can see it right here. And then the thread was here. Lacing pattern, everything was the same. Okay. But the one good thing about the Barricade was I had this shoe for almost a year and a half. Just never wore out, you know. Then they went to the sole court, but it has a really wide front. Okay, in comparison to the Barricade, which they had air on one side and this kind of firm thing here, they went completely around here. But the issue that I have with this shoe is it feels like my foot slips. They made it one piece, but they made it halfway. I don't know why they did this halfway thing. So you have half of that separated thing, but only half of it. And the shoe feels okay. It feels lighter than the old shoe, but it just feels like your shoe slips. And I've been having ankle issues. I don't know why. Okay. So this is sole court. Looks the same. I've been trying it out. It doesn't feel heavier or lighter. Doesn't feel more airy. I thought it'd be really airy because of this thing here, but not. One issue is it's white and it gets dirty really easily. I'm always cleaning this shoe. Then they have this new one, the Sole Match Bounce. I actually really like this shoe. They sort of did the Barricade thing, so it's half. And then they have this sole court thing here, this like wing. They did the same thing on the bottom here, where it's divided. But honestly, it feels really good. When you compare the two shoes, this shoe does look wider. I mean, these are the same size shoe. It's wider here. I think that was a problem when they went to this sole court. They made this part really wide, and so your foot kind of slips in unless you make the laces really tight. But when I make the laces really tight, it feels really harsh around the ankle. I don't know why it feels really harsh here. And the shoe always feels like it's really easy to slip on. Like one problem you had with the Barricade was this back lip here was hard to slip on. So I think they fixed that with this, but they made it wider up here. And even though I have a wide foot, it feels like my shoe slips. This new Bounce shoe looks like the old shoe. They made it thinner in the middle. It's thinner over here, not quite as wide. It just seems wider, just a little bit wider. And it seems very sturdy, more airy throughout the whole dimension of the shoe. I like this shoe a lot better. I just got it. I've been running with it, and it feels very comfortable. So, between the two shoes, they've made the sole court significantly. Well, it's about 180, and this is about 120. I really like this shoe. So I think we're gonna go with this shoe for a while. It's important to have different shoes when you play sports or tennis because I have multiple matches, and that way I can have fresh shoes. Because sometimes they get wet, get really heavy. To me, this is the winner shoe. The Barricade was durable. Some say it was heavy. It fit well. It gave me a lot of stability. It was comfortable. Not super comfortable. I do think the new black game Sole Match shoe is much more comfortable. But the Sole Court shoe, it's comfortable. Not as heavy, I think, perhaps, but just really wide in the front. If you have wide feet, I think it's okay. But I think you have to be concerned about the lacing pattern. It's still it's like a weaker Barricade in my opinion, you know. And until they bring back Barricade back, I mean, we don't have many options. I like Adidas shoes because the Adiwear sole, which lasts a really long time, and the bounce and all that other stuff. It seems like the same as other shoes. I like this new Sole Match shoe. It seems airy. I like the stabilizer outrigger. I like the balance. I like the weight. It's lighter than the Barricade. This will become my shoe of preference until they come out with something else. And I think you should try it out. It's good price. It's worth it. It's really worth it.